Hey lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Berlin Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive in into today's video. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I thought to share with you guys because I find this super informative and educative one as that where pan-colored people are actually crying out after realizing what black people have been trying to tell them over the years. Like this actually got a lot of them reacting to the system and how the system have been treating black people and now is actually affecting them. I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment or whatsoever. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
I'm so done. I'm absolutely done with the fucking United States healthcare system. I'm extremely tired of having doctors dismiss me, invalidate my pain, make it seem like nothing is going on. So quick backstory, I have been having GI issues since October of 2021. Fast forward to February of 2023. I am now in the ER and I had to go 3 times in the same week from the pains that I was having. I go to my primary care doctor and then they refer me to a GI specialist. Now that week I get the phone call for the GI specialist and they tell me, we will not be able to get you in to schedule an appointment until May. That's a few months away. And mind you, I'm in excruciating pain. And like I just said, had gone to the doctor ER 3 times that week. So I'm in a panic and I'm like, well, what do I do? I talk to my dad and he's like, do you want to go to Mexico? So we go to Mexico. I am there on a Sunday. Monday, I get a consultation. On Tuesday, I get a colonoscopy and an endoscopy done. The results come back. I get my biopsies. I have Crohn's. Fast forward to today. The GI specialist was able to get me in a bit sooner. And that's where I was at today. And I go to see my doctor. And I let the specialist know like what's been going on. And I bring him the results. I bring him the biopsy information, the medication I'm on, everything. And tell him about my Crohn's diagnosis. And he looks at me and he's just like, well, a lot of patients go out of the country to get these procedures done, and most of the time they're faulty results and they're not actually ill. Most of the time they take these medicines that they think is helping them, but it's just a placebo effect. And most of the time when we end up doing a colonoscopy for patients that come in from a different country, that had gone to a different country to do this, and we do a colonoscopy here, they have nothing. And so I speak to this doctor and he tells me, well, we're just going to have to do another colonoscopy, but most of the time there's nothing wrong. I lost my fucking patience. I'm extremely overwhelmed with the way this country dismisses patients and their pain. I may be young, but that doesn't mean I can't feel pain. And I'm just exhausted. I've been given medicine that is working. Whether I do or don't have Crohn's, I'm not in pain anymore. Fucking hate the US healthcare system.
I'm so angry and I'm so done with the American medical system. I've not been okay for the past 3 years. I have not been able to do what people my age can do. I don't have the ability to live a healthy life. There is something wrong with me, and I don't know what it is. Every time I go to a primary doctor, they write me off and they dismiss me and they tell me I have anxiety and they push me aside and they put me on benzos. There was a time where I was on so many prescriptions I couldn't think. And so I got off of them and I still don't feel good. I never wake up and I feel good. For the past 3 years, I've never woken up and felt good, and it's exhausting, and no doctor gives a shit. So I went to a primary who did care a little, and they sent me a referral to go to cardio. I couldn't get into cardio for 2 months, so I don't even have that appointment yet, but I got an MRI because I was in a car accident 2 years ago and I hit my head on the windshield, and they never did any testings at that hospital afterwards. I just sat there in the hallway with a neck brace on for 18 hours. And so I got my MRI done, and I called to try to make an appointment with a neurologist, and the neurologist told me that I have to go to the cardiologist first and make sure that's okay, and then if there's nothing wrong with my heart, then they'll give a shit. I can't live like this anymore. I need a doctor to care about me. I need them to help me figure out what's wrong, because I can't live like this anymore. I can't do it. I don't like to wake up like this. I don't, but I can't help myself. I have done everything humanly possible on my end of things to take care of myself. I exercise as much as my body can tolerate. I eat a healthy, well-rounded diet. I journal. I go to counseling. I go to my therapy sessions. I get my steps in. I do everything I can, but there's something wrong and nobody cares. And so it's a woman thing. It is a woman thing, because so many women feel the same way I do. They know that there's something wrong, and guess what? They don't care unless you're in the ground. They don't. If you're breathing, you're fine. If you're alive, you're fine. They don't care unless something actually happens to you. Why is preventative action a thing of the past? Why is the whole system set up so these women die before people even look at them? I was in the hospital once recently, and no one came in the room when my heart rate started to spike. They didn't. You know when they came in the room? The first time in 8 hours they came in the room was when I coded. Nobody cares about you unless you're dead or dying. And I hate to feel this way. I hate to get so emotional, but I don't know why it is this way. And if this can reach somebody who can, nobody can help me. That's what sucks so bad, is there's no helping. You're stuck. You're not even stuck between a rock and a hard place. You are under the rock and you can't get out. And I know my body. I know how I feel. I know that there is something wrong. And I know that nobody will give a shit until it's too late. Oh my God,
I've been reflecting a lot on my series about how the world views the US, and one of the main themes that I keep hearing over and over again is that people all around the world recognize that the American healthcare system is broken. Let me give you my own personal insight into what this looks like. I had to get new health insurance last year, and I scheduled an appointment with a new doctor because I had to get all new doctors. I scheduled an appointment with a new doctor in March of this year, and that appointment got canceled and rescheduled to July of this year, and that appointment got canceled and rescheduled to August. And today I learned that that appointment got canceled and rescheduled till October. So if you're counting, that's 7 months. That's 7 months that I have to wait to see a doctor. I can afford to pay out of pocket. Not everybody can. Many Americans think socialized medicine is a joke. Tell me what you think.
Want to know how messed up the healthcare system is in America? Like insurance. So I found a lump on my breast. 2. Okay. We're not gonna go down that road, okay? So I have to get an ultrasound and a mammogram. Cool. My insurance won't cover it because I'm not 35. They refuse to cover it. My doctors have called them. I have called my health insurance. They see it as a preventative care, and they won't cover it. You see that? See that right there? 35. I'm expected to pay out of pocket for that, and it's over $5,000. I don't have that. I barely can afford, I can't even afford my student loans right now, and I'm trying to figure that out. And you want me to pay that too? I pay for premium coverage for health insurance, and they won't cover that.
Guys, I kid you not. I went to my rheumatologist today and we were talking and I was like, yeah, I'm probably going to move overseas very, very soon. And he looked at me and he's like, you're moving? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm moving overseas in a couple of months. And he got up and hugged me. And I was like, okay. And he was like, I'm so happy for you. Please email me and tell me if your lupus gets better or goes away. And I was like, ha ha ha, like, yeah, America does cause a lot of health issues and exacerbates autoimmune diseases because, you know, autoimmune diseases are exacerbated by environmental factors like pollution and shit food and bad microbiomes and antibiotic use and stress. And so, like, yeah, moving out would probably, like, help because it would reduce those environmental factors, but not to the extent that my rheumatologist would hug me and tell me, give me his email and tell me to email him and tell him how it's going because he anticipates that my autoimmune disorder is gonna, like, go into remission or just vanish. And he kept saying, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. This is the best decision you're ever gonna make. You're young. This is the right move. Don't look back. Don't hesitate. I think you should do it. And he was so excited for me, which is very telling. And he's a very old rheumatologist, and he actually is the head of rheumatology. And he is very knowledgeable and wise and very experienced. And for him to just, like, get up and hug me and tell me that it's the best decision I'm ever gonna make, and to literally, like, make sure that I have his email to email him about how my lupus is going to go into remission when I leave, is wild to me and is very telling of what America is doing to our health. Not to be the conspiracy theorist who's like, the government is poisoning us, but we are over medicated and unwell. We are undernourished and yet obese. We are mentally unwell. We're running, and yet we're staying stagnant. We don't sleep well. Our habits are just terrible here. And everybody has high cortisol levels. So, I mean, yeah, and if you didn't know, like, the United States is kind of the hub of autoimmune disorders. There were 10 many years ago, and just in America, we've developed over 100 kinds, and we have the highest incidence and prevalence rates. That means we have the most amount of people with autoimmune disorders, and we have the most amount of people being diagnosed with autoimmune disorders every single year. So, I'll keep you updated.
Do you want to know how bad healthcare is in America? Here's how bad it is. I get stitches, cut my finger the other day. Go into the hospital, get my stitches done. No big deal, whatever. I have to wait 2 weeks to get them taken out. In the meantime, I get billed for my visit. Before insurance, for 5 stitches, $3,800. After insurance, $1,800. Or $1,900, excuse me. After insurance, $1,900 for 5 stitches for a terrible hospital visit. Anyway, fast forward, so, I get my bill and it's time to take the stitches out, so I schedule an appointment at the urgent care that is associated with the hospital that I went to, same company. So I schedule suture removal appointment online, and then I go in for the appointment and they say, sorry, we're not going to take those out. Since you got them done at the hospital, you have to get them removed at the hospital. I said, why didn't you tell me that when I scheduled the appointment online? They said, sorry, go to the hospital. So I go to the hospital. And then I wait around for a while in the ER, and then I get back and I ask the nurse, hey, this is what happened. They turned me away at urgent care, told me to come here, that you guys would do it for free. Is that true? And the nurse said, let me check on that. I'm going to check with billing really fast. So they go check on billing. And then they say, sorry, billing says that you'll have to pay to get these stitches removed. And I said, that really sucks because I paid $1,800 to have that done after insurance. And they said, that is absolutely ridiculous. And I said, I know. And then I said, gonna be honest, I'm not gonna pay any more money to the hospital because I already paid too much anyway. So I'm just gonna go. And I said, I think I might just remove them myself. And they said, that makes sense because that was so much money. So we'll just take you off triage. It'll be like you're never here. Don't worry about it. And then they were like, you know what? Let me just don't tell anybody we gave you this. And they gave me a little kit to remove my stitches myself. So that's a little story about healthcare in America. $1,800 will get you 5 stitches, and then nurses have to go behind the backs of the hospital to get you treated. So that's pretty stupid.
Oh my goodness, it's actually said that when something is not affecting you, you don't really care about what is going on in a said situation. You don't care about it. You don't want to talk about it. You don't even give, them about anything that is going on in a particular situation. But when this thing turns around to start affecting you personally, that is when you realize that, okay, we are not more in the limit. Like, this is not actually a dream. This is reality. This is actually happening to us right now. Like, over the years and all of that, a lot of, black women, black people entirely, keep on coming online on TikTok, every other social media to rant about how they've been treated in the healthcare system, especially that of black women, and the way at which they treat especially pregnant black women, the way at which rape and sex in the healthcare system affects black people most especially is just another thing to even talk about. Like, the way at which discrimination happens in this healthcare system, healthcare facilities, you will know that it is only by the grace of God that we, or black people, are still skipping through. Like, this even happened up till when an OBJ, like a man who happens to be a pancol, he's actually a doctor, he came on TikTok to rant and talk about how he feels so uncomfortable anytime a black patient comes for any kind of examination or any kind of health examination. He feels so uncomfortable examining black people because of the way black people come to his office with their spouse or any of their relation, and if these people are not with their spouse, their relation, or anybody physically, they are often on FaceTime with their phone with anybody, maybe their friends, relation, and all of that. And he went ahead to ask this question: why is it that black people does that? Is it that you guys, think that we are not competent or what? That him as a doctor, anytime he want to see, patients, especially a black patient, he often keep his phone aside, and so many people, stitched that video, and a lot of black doctors, black people were like giving the reasons why it's a need to do that, because of the way you people treat, especially black people. The way at which the system treats black people, the healthcare system like they will just so neglect you that, like, there are so many stories that when I start, saying those stories, telling all those stories, I have, compiled, like the one I've gotten from TikTok and all of that, the experiences of these pregnant women. Like, there's even, one of hers, like, she's also a good commenter here. She left her own experience in the hands of these people. I was like, wow, I have to, I'm so sorry this happened to you. Like, when people come online to rant about how they are treated and all of that, healthcare systems and all of that not being favorable to black people or black community, a lot of non-black people, like, they see it as, oh, okay, these people are just looking for another kind of, sympathetic whatever. Like, they can, like, oh, you guys are just victim, you're all of victim mentality, you guys complain about everything. And I was just going through my For You page on TikTok, and I saw the first lady I stitched her video crying out on how she was actually treated in the healthcare facility. I was like, wow, wait, I don't understand. Is it that you guys don't know all about this? Is it that So all of those why people have been crying out on TikTok, especially black people, oh, you guys do not take it seriously. So now it's beginning to affect you. Now you know that there is something wrong in the healthcare system. Like seriously. Now you guys are realizing that, oh, we are not waking up because it's affecting you. Because it's affecting, like, there is one thing about, the system, oppression, everything. You would think that, okay, we are going to deal with a certain group of race. We're just going to keep on dealing with them. There's a point you will push someone to a length, a particular length. This person will get so comfortable and used to it. This is just black people. Like, black people have gotten used to the system. They have gotten used to the discrimination. They've gotten used to the way at which the system affect them. And in that system and the way at which the system, affect them, they have tried to create and build something. That's why when they mention black jobs, I was like, what black job? These guys are owing good, positions. It is no more during the day. So it's so, disappointing when you keep on trying to oppress some group of people. But this group of people that you keep on oppressing have gotten used to the oppression. And then decided that inside this oppression, I'm going to make something good out of it. That is why it's as if black people now are just, they're getting comfortable and trying to live their life. And now, when the system is no longer, when this oppression, this people that's been operated is no longer, crying out and all of that, the same thing, can go back. It's just a sign of back to center. It can now go. It is not affecting the people that this kind of oppression is not meant for. And this is why you see people coming out to yell, crying out, oh my God, because if I have not, overcome, or I've not gone through a certain level, level in life, like a certain kind of hard life, and I am seeing that it's something like, I'm so scared. So what is happening? So it's not more something new to black people because they are now used to it. Now, these people that is not used to it, they're just trying to test the tip of the iceberg. Now they are so crying out. Everyone is crying out, oh my God, why is it that it took so long for you to actually start realizing that they say there is something wrong with it? But black people have been out, talking about it, crying out. Nobody want to hear about it. Everybody was just, okay, we don't want to listen. And up to they decided to move on. They decided to okay, live with it. And this is now when you are waking up to actually realize that, oh, this is a fucked up system. Like, seriously. Oh, you're just finding out right now? Like, seriously? Oh my goodness. Wow. This is just a wow. When I saw this video, I was like, oh, are you just finding out now? This is something that a group of people have been complaining for a very long time. Everybody is just claiming to mind their business, and now it's beginning to affect you personally. Everyone is crying out. Like, seriously. Like, this is also applicable to the system that is, all the bills they've been passing. One thing is that when you want to, try to hurt someone, you don't know you're hurting someone, but eventually you're just gonna hurt your own. That is it. There are so many bills that have been passed, which the other day they passed a bill about, when you're 16 years or something, you can just go ahead into the is it the military, the military wars and all of that. Like, it is applicable to everyone. It is not applicable to some certain race of people. This is something that is going to affect everyone. And these people were also ranting and crying and women. Like, this is just something that you have to, you have to get used to. The people have been getting used to it for a very long time. They have complained and nothing has been done. So they had eventually, overcome it, and they're building something through it. And now is your time. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or we're just here for educational and informative purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. Watch up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, share this video, leave a thought in the comment section, and I will see you lovelies when I upload